Good morning students, welcome to the social class. Yesterday we have started a new wing in the social subject, that is history. In the history first chapter, how, when and where. In that two topics we have completed. Those are how the dates are important and the second one is which dates are considered as important. Why we need the dates? Why we need to memorize the dates? To memorize the specific events or specific inventions, we need the dates, and which dates has to be important. So based on the selection of the event, that event dates are considered as important. So these two topics yesterday we have completed. Today's topic is how do we periodize? What is periodize? Yes. Dividing the time into different parts is called periodize. Why we need to periodize history? So in the last class we have discussed that history is very huge and it is divided into chapters for our convenience. At the same time, to know the growth of the human beings in a course of time, we need to divide the time into periods. For example, if you take any person in your family, if you ask them, tell me something about your life. So first they started with the word that olden days are golden days. Nowadays are not healthy and not happy. So in our time it was very good. They will start with this word. Did you ever observe this one? Once try with your family members. Who is elder in your family? Start with questioning with them. Then you can get interesting answers and interesting parts in their life, like childhood, young age and elder age and old age. So these all looking like similar, but many differences are there in their life in that particular period. In the same way, history also has to divide into parts to know the betterment of the time. So, Indian history also divided into many periods by many historians. Out of them, we have to discuss about James Mill. James Mill is a famous economist and political philosopher. So he has a good knowledge in economy of any country and political life of that country also. So James Mill is a famous economist and political philosopher. So he divided the Indian history into three parts. Those are Hindu, Muslim and British. You may surprise that why ma'am is telling about the religions. No, these are the periods which are divided by James Mill. Hindu period, Muslim period and British period. Is it a correct way to divide a span of time with the religion name? Probably no. And there are many disadvantages also are there in this classification. The first one is, if we consider a particular religion as a major religion for that period, what about the remaining religions in that period? So it means they are neglected. And the next one is, if you take any one religion period, the kings and the rulers in that period are not maybe belongs to that particular religion. For example, if you take Muslim period, in that Muslim period, all the kings, all the rulers in India are Muslims only? No, there may be other religious rulers also are there in that Muslim period. So it has its drawbacks. Okay. And this is the interpretation of James Mill towards the Indians' history. Not only this, he suggested many ways to the betterment of India. Those are, in his point of view, in the point of view of James Mill, Britishers are civilized persons, Indians are uncivilized persons. So, he told that Indians did not know the administration and Britishers know well administration. So, he uttered the importance of British administration in India. He suggested to the British government that it has to take over all the territories of India. So because of the British administration, Indians can get happy and glory, he felt. So these are the opinions of James Mill, where he supported the British administration on India. Yes. So apart from the James Mill, we have many historians who divided the Indian history. So they divided the time of Indian history into three parts. So those are ancient period, medieval period and modern period. So they divided Indian history into three parts. Those are these. This also has its drawbacks. Why? Because the modern period means, in their point of view, in the historians who have divided like this, in their point of view, modern period means it is the period of glory, economically, politically, socially. And the people are with equal and they are enjoying the equal freedom in the country in their point of view in the modern period. And the medieval period means where the absence of all this freedom is called medieval period. So in the medieval period there is no equality, no freedom, no glory in social and economical political life of the people according to the historians. But the British administration, which comes under the modern era, have no glory, no equality and no freedom for the Indians. So this interpretation also is having its drawbacks. In fact, by observing the British administration where the Indians are suppressed a lot, many of the historians called this era or this period as colonial. What is colonial? So this is widely used term in history. Colonial rule or colonial power means this is widely used term in history. So we have to know the exact meaning of colonial. Yes. Britishers subjugating or bringing them in their control, first Nawabs and Rajas of India. Next, they enter into the collection of the taxes. They collect the taxes up to the amount of their expenses. And after that, they slowly produce the goods and the crops which they needed to export to the Britain. So, like this, they changed the economical and political life of the people. After that, slowly they changed the habits, tastes, cultures and preferences and practices of Indians. In all the issues, the Britishers were entered and they changed the total outlook of the country. Like this, if a country slowly subjugated other country and it changes the economical, political, social, cultural life of that country is called colonization. I am repeat it again. If a particular country enter into the other country and changes its economical, political and social, cultural aspects, means it is called colonization. So British has a big empire and it is a specialist in colonization. In the world, most of the countries under the colonization of the British. So if you touch any country in the world history, it may tell you that once upon a time we are under the British. We have a title also to the British that the never sunset kingdom of the world is British. Why? Because from this side of the earth to that side of the earth, British have the colonies. So in one colony it may be the night, in another colony it may be the day. So the British Empire and the British Kingdom has always daytime. Like that, it ruled world countries once upon a time. Yes. If we comes to the India, these changes which we are telling now, the political, economical, social, cultural, these changes did not come or did not experience same to all the groups of Indians. For example, the peasants of India experienced some type of changes. The wealthy people of the country experienced some type of changes. And some political groups experienced some type of changes. So, many groups of the India experienced different changes from the British. So that's why we have many pasts, not one past. So that's why our textbook name also indicate as our pasts. So we didn't have only one past, we have many pasts. Why? Because many people are experiencing the changes in many ways. This is all about today's lesson. In the next class, we'll meet again.